Hello, my name is Brianna Sinclair, and this is my 18th week on HRT. And on my channel, as of right now, I mostly post transgender content regarding my journey and what I have done throughout it to help make myself more comfortable and to essentially get through my transition. But like I was saying, this is my 18th week on HRT, so if you'd like my content, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback, and I would love for you to ask questions so I can answer them. But with that being said, let's get into the video. My measurements are, my hips measure 34 1/4, my bust is 34 3/4, and my waist is 25 1/2. So since starting my regimen, my chest has started to hurt again, like it did before. And it appears I'm getting a little bit more growth, but we'll see if that sticks into next week. I have not noticed any changes in my waist, and I do believe that is partially contributed due to the fact that I wear a waist trainer, even though I am actively trying to gain weight in preparation for the BBL I want in the future. I still wear it and record my measurements whenever I'm not wearing it. But having said that, I wear it all day, almost every day. So it's not going to, I don't really expect that one to change too much unless it's like really changing. Hey, buddy. So, for me today. That was my fault. That hurt though. My emotional state is, I still feel things a lot more easier than I used to, being a boy. And that was kind of realized today. I'm just scrolling through Facebook. I came across an old TV show episode that I used to watch, and it was the very last episode. It was the as a kid I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a huge nerd, and I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! So much. But in the very last episode, Yugi beats the Pharaoh, so that way he can set the Pharaoh free. And it's a bittersweet moment because it's signifying that Yugi is good enough to be on his own, and also symbolizing that they don't need the Pharaoh anymore and they won't ever see him again. So it's kind of like that harsh goodbye. It's a bittersweet moment. But I do have a lot of control over my emotions. It is kind of nice to be able to feel them a lot better, because it kind of just lets me get all that out. Hair reduction, I haven't noticed any more. I understand I'm supposed to notice that like my hair is growing back slower, and you are shedding, and that it's supposed to start thinning out, with the exception of like what's going on in my head. I think you got your hair in my nose. I haven't really noticed anything. My hair on like my arms and legs might be growing a little slower, but not enough for me to fully like notice, because I don't know, like it immediately grows back, and the moment it grows back, no matter how quick or slow it is, it's like, I just shaved you. So it's always kind of like annoying. So I haven't really noticed anything in that area. Or my hair growth, I have kind of noticed that speeding up a little bit, like on top of my head, but not a whole lot. Um, Breast growth, I kind of touched on. Um, it has been hurting a lot more. It's definitely been growing a little bit and significantly more noticeable in my eyes, because I've had to like look at myself every day for almost 3 decades and kind of like hating my body. It was not hating it, like it was, I have a good body. It's just not right for me. And that's what it does feel like. It feels like it was always been wrong. That it was never never right. It didn't matter how physically fit I was. It didn't matter how well I did in anything, how flexible I was, or anything like that. It was never enough. And that's kind of where the start of it lies. Is like I always knew I was different, and even whenever I did sports and stuff like that, it just wasn't enough. Like I was never the best at like wrestling, track and field, cross country. I would be top JV in cross country, and like I was the best in my weight class for wrestling in junior high, but that is junior high. And I never really didn't really like wrestling. I remember one time there was an incident where I had to wrestle a girl, and because I was kind of raised like boys don't hit girls, it kind of like translated into I also probably shouldn't wrestle this girl, but I knew I needed to go out there and do it. And I felt terrible because I did end up winning the match. And I look back knowing I had won, but feeling terrible, not feeling like I won. And seeing her cry, and that made it even worse, because being in junior high, I did have mostly female friends, and not really having a real girlfriend, even like up until that point, it was very awkward because I didn't know quite what to do. I knew that she was different from me. I knew that I was different from everyone else. It was a very awkward situation for everyone, and me making her cry only made me feel terrible. But I got through it, and that was that. I think I wrestled at 125, maybe 115, in junior high. Fat redistribution. Sorry, I've made like a list of things. I don't want to keep forgetting things. The fat redistribution in my body. I have not noticed anything as of yet. I don't know if any of you count like my breast growth as that. I personally don't. I am counting it as like my hips widening, and like maybe noticing something like in my arms or my calves or something like that. Or not my calves, my thighs. But as of right now, I haven't noticed anything. My sex drive, like it has kind of dropped, which is kind of what I wanted to initially, because it made it really hard to like focus on things, because I was a very sexually active person, and I hated being so sexually active because it just felt like I wanted it just to want it. It was very annoying, very selfish, and I knew it was, and so I would just deal with it on my own. Most of the time, and because of that, I felt it restricted what I could and could not do with my time. So I was actually looking forward to my sex drive dropping and looking forward to HRT because I knew it would be less annoying. The only annoying part now is if I do need it, it is significantly harder for me to be satisfied. Having said that, like, it's more of a choice now, it feels like. Like, my sex drive isn't gone, it's just like situational, I guess, or circumstantial. It's very hard to describe. So I'm sorry. It is very hard to describe, and I am doing my best, because I don't even fully understand it. There will be days where, like, I will need it, like, 5 times that day, and then there will be days where, like, I don't need it at all. So, it's just kind of, like, what it is at the moment. Muscle development. I haven't had to lift anything heavy yet, but I imagine since my regimen increased, it is probably going down. I know I look really toned and stuff, which is kind of like an annoyance. I am not as strong as I used to be. I can feel my muscles getting tired a lot sooner and a lot quicker. And I can't go as hard as I used to. So I'm having to kind of figure that out, because it used to be I could do almost anything. I could stay up for 72 straight hours. I could do, like, the days on end thing, lifting heavy things, working as hard as possible, getting stuff done. I can no longer do that because I get tired super easily. And part of that is due to the lack of testosterone that my body is used to, which does contribute to my energy levels. But I'm getting used to it, and I'm learning to deal with it. So it looks like everything that I had written down. On like the day-to-day basis, I recognize I don't get as much sleep as I probably need to, and that does contribute a lot to also me being tired. But it doesn't change the fact that I've still got a lot I gotta do. And I'm gonna do it. Welcome back. If you decide to come back. You sit with me? I did try and do a little bit of different eye makeup today. I tried a glamorous pink look to see if I could pull it off. I don't think I did a great job, but I did at the very best an alright job. Not an okay. Alright. Yeah, see, I didn't think it was okay either. Wasn't worthy of an okay. But yeah, I'm trying to keep my videos shorter so that way, I'm not boring my audience. So I think this is a good place to end it. If you like my content, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any recommendations or requests, please feel free to voice those. I would be more than happy to answer your questions and give you my take on certain topics and stuff like that, no matter what it is. And Cindy will probably be here to join me. So yes, please like, comment, subscribe, and and ask questions. This is Brianna Sinclair signing off. Feel free to live free and be bold.